Record numbers in this year's election continue to climb.
So far, more than 2.7 million absentee ballots have been requested, and they're still coming in. So let's put that in perspective for you. There could be 3 million absentee ballot requests by Election Day. In the 2016 presidential election, there were 1.1 million. And during the August primary, there were 1.6 million.
7 Action News reporter Jim Kurtzner is live outside one of 23 new voting centers that just opened in Detroit. Has it been busy, Jimmy?
Hundreds of people were here on this first day. They can cast ballots inside, absentee ballots. They can drop them in this official drop box. The city clerk and the Michigan Secretary of State were both here to say this makes it easy to vote early and safely.
We are administering an election, a very important election during a pandemic. So it's never an excuse for a person not to vote.
At each of the 23 Detroit voting centers, registered voters can request their absentee ballot, mark it here, or take it home and return it later. Each center has social distancing in place. People must wear masks. 33-year-old Mamie Radney voted for the first time today. She says because of what's at stake.
Because every voice got to be heard.
At each of the 23 Detroit centers, secure drop boxes are in place. The clerk says they're under surveillance cameras, and volunteers are working to make sure no one is tampering with the system. These centers are open 7 days a week. We saw hundreds of people voting on this opening day.
Because there's so much going on, it's best to get in early.
City clerk also says she's still short of the 10,000 people to work now and on Election Day, tallying the votes that week. She has federal grant money and has increased the pay.
Our poll workers usually make as little as $175 for the day. For this election, that minimum pay is $500 for the day. Great. And it goes up from there.
Michigan has watched open carry rallies at the state capitol during this pandemic, with hot political issues being decided. Get this, state officials tell voters they will not allow intimidation, especially on Election Day, November the 3rd. They have not figured out if they can ban guns.
I would be very concerned about that if anyone does that, and we're going to be looking at what the law does and does not allow.
But you don't know at this time.
We'll be making a clear announcement as we get closer.
So she's going to be working with the state attorney general, but just when you thought the stakes couldn't get any higher, do Second Amendment rights allow open carry at the polls on Election Day? That answer is coming. Live in Detroit, Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.
Jim, thank you for the live report tonight on